Energy Expansion with Nathalie and Lalantia. In today's video, we are doing a pick a card reading that is on purpose. So we actually did a little video that is about purpose so that you have an understanding that purpose is not just one thing, and you can have many purposes. And this is also, even though we have 4 piles of cards, this is pretty general reading. You know, we can't get in too much detail. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, take the little bits and pieces that come from this and see where you can step into purpose on your own. If you want a deeper reading, you want a greater understanding of what your purpose may be, then you can book a session with Nathalie and myself, and we are happy, or one or the other, if you're called to one of us more than the other. And we can help you with kind of that action step that you can take in stepping into your purpose, but nobody can really tell you what your purpose is. Now, we may be able to help you see what it is based on your own experiences in life and what your passions are and all of that, but nobody can really tell you what your purpose is. You have to follow the breadcrumbs to that. So hopefully this pick a card reading will help you in understanding it a little bit more and the energy. So when I did my piles, I did quite a bit of channeling with it because the cards only tell you so much. So I channeled on the energy a lot as well as I went through it. So Nathalie, do you have anything to add?
No, that sounds perfect to me.
Awesome. So we will go ahead and begin. So if you haven't yet picked your pile, then make sure you pick your pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can tune into it, take a deep breath. You can close your eyes or not close your eyes and just see which pile really stands out to you, and just trust in it. Trust in what you were called to first. A lot of times it's just like kind of a very subtle, just knowing or feeling within you. Sometimes I'll see like the pile of cards, the energy kind of pulses a little bit. So everybody interprets energy in different ways. So just see what comes up for you. So if you picked pile 1, then this is your pile. So I actually have a lot of cards for pile 1, but I channeled, and so I'm going to be cruising through them really fast. So with pile 1, both of the dragon cards, it's funny because I pulled 2 dragon cards. I got Grace and Serenity. So this shows me that your purpose has a lot to do around like a peacefulness. And also I'm feeling this importance of telling you to really trust that your purpose is like, you're either living your purpose right now, and actually I would say no matter what, you are living your purpose right now, but you're wanting to step into a bigger way. That's why you're watching this video. So being able to be in this place of serenity, it says serene, but serenity is really that energy here, and grace, and trusting that everything is happening for you. But you also have this ability to bring this grace and serenity to other people, and that feels really important for you, that energy. And as I moved through the cards and the channeling, it became really clear to me that that peace and serenity, that grace and serenity and peace is a big part of what you bring to people when you are working, when you work with them. So far, this could be any work that you do with them, but let's continue on. So the next card that I actually got was complacency, and this is actually showing me, and this goes along with this next card as well, isolation. So this is showing me that you have a lot of resistance to living your purpose, and there's a lot of fear, and you may distract yourself, you may isolate yourself from actually stepping into that energy. So it's kind of funny that this comes after those serenity and grace, but your purpose feels really big to me. It feels like a really, really big purpose, a great impact. And when you have a great impact, you know that within yourself, even if you may not believe it, there's a part of you that knows that. And so your ego is trying to protect you and tell you that it is too scary. And so you may not understand why you keep distracting yourself, why you keep falling off of your path. You'll always get back on your path, but you are trying to move away from it because you have fear there. So it's really important that you have an awareness of that and recognize, you know, I don't want to say you have control, but you make the decision. So the universe will put things in front of you, but your purpose shouldn't be something. There's going to be fear. There's going to be some fear that comes up. No matter what, there's going to be fear that comes up, but it's going to feel good. When you do it, it's also going to feel good. You're going to feel like you are making an impact in people's lives. And that's really something that I'm feeling for you. Now, this next card is really, really perfect because this actually says a lot about purpose, and it is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is a teacher, a leader, a guide, a person who leads the way for others. So what I'm getting for you in pile 1 as purpose is that you are a leader of some kind. I also, because of the other cards that I'm getting, it is very much coming up around like a teacher. So spiritual teacher, or maybe you're a teacher in another way, but teacher is definitely a very strong energy for you, and leader. So teacher keeps coming up like the most strong, but if you resonate with leader a little bit more, then maybe that's the energy that you kind of want to claim for yourself, and that's perfectly fine. The next card that came up was Two of Wands, and this is success. This is looking at all you have done. So there are 2 different things that come up around this. One is that when you are living your life on purpose, and you are the teacher or leader that you really are, that you're actually stepping into that energy, then you're going to look around you and see major success. You're going to see before you all that you have accomplished, and you're going to be really, really happy. You're going to see that you have brought in the abundance that you wanted to bring in, but best of all, you have what you want in your life. So it's not just about the money, it's about you look around you and it's like, look at what I have brought into my life by stepping up into my purpose, by showing up in purpose. So those are really, really strong. The next card that came up is Dive Deep. This is from the Mermaid deck, and that energy of going really, really deep. So I see this as we had the teacher energy or the leader energy, and diving deep, helping people to dive into their subconscious. So I get healer energy here. I'm also getting that you are very, very intuitive. So using your intuitive gifts. But this diving deep, you're helping people to see into their shadows. And when you do that, miracles begin to happen in your life and in their life. And when you work with people, you both begin to see what an impact it makes and how much change is coming into both of your lives, but their lives, because you're helping them as they step into who they really are as well, whatever form that takes. So as a teacher, healer, psychic, intuitive, whatever you want to put on it. You help, we got eagle, higher perspective. So you help people see things from a higher perspective. You're able to see things much more clearly because you're able to step outside of the chaos energy or the drama or whatever energy that is blinding them from seeing things for themselves. You're able to help them to see things more clearly. You're able to help them to step into this, into their own magical energy, whatever that may look like, because you can see the higher perspective. I see you as someone who is able to kind of disconnect from an attachment to the outcome for them, and instead be able to bring through what is really real and true, and not get caught up in the crazy energy that may be around it. TikTok is coming up, and TikTok is around like time is an illusion. And so you're able to kind of step outside of time, and it's important to not be in a place of rushing, especially when you're working with your clients, and being able to lead them forward in a way that's on purpose, but not with a hurry, because time is an illusion, but we also don't want to sit complacent and ignore the things that are coming up for us. If the universe is calling you or calling them, if you're working with clients, then you need to step up and do it. Let me see. I feel like I had another comment about TikTok. So let me see here. It doesn't mean to sit and do nothing, but there's no rush. You want to do things that are in flow. So keeping that energy aflow. The next card that came up is Unfinished Symphony, and we also got Mending with that. Sorry, I'm not showing them very clearly here. So it's interesting because these cards, I was like, what? So I get creativity is coming up a bit here. Unfinished Symphony is about things that you need to finish things up, and mending is like fixing things that have been happening in life, and you help people in mending their lives and getting back on track, back in flow. But you have to find that within your own life to be able to help others with that as well. Although not always, like sometimes we're going to kind of feel like we fall off track. So I don't feel like you definitely don't want to be perfect in that. Relationships and healing relationships. I was getting healing relationships is an important part of your purpose, and you help people find a place of peace, harmony, but in their power. So you help people find, this is the last card, you help people to find their power in their own purpose. So your purpose, what I'm getting from this, and remember this is a general reading, so I can't pinpoint it too much, but you are a teacher or a leader. You are helping others as you are a very intuitive person. So you may also be a healer. You may be working with your psychic gifts and abilities, but you are helping people to really step more into who they are, owning their power, their creativity. You're helping them to recognize what is really real and to break down the illusions of time and of this I don't know, this world that we live in right now that's full of illusions. You break down those illusions. You help people see what is really real. And both of those things go with mending and unfinished symphony. I think that is everything for this pile. Does it feel like I covered everything? Did you have anything pop up for you as I was doing that?
No, but I do have a few things that come up in the other piles as well. So I think that's really interesting.
Okay, awesome. All right, so that is it for pile 1. So Nathalie, you can do pile 2.
Yes, so for the people who picked pile 2, this is your first card and it is Guardian Angel. You are not alone. So this card is telling you, watch for the signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. Remember that they are working hard to guide you. And when a white feather appears in your life or in a reading, it's a message that your guardian angels and your ancestor guards are particularly close at this time. So in love and support of you, this is a reminder that help is always available to you. So that is really important. Then the second card that came up for pile 2 is the Trader. So this is the importance of making connections and exchanging information, talents, and support. Because the Trader brings lessons of energy exchanged. He could represent an opportunity to exchange talents in order to expand. So you sharing your talents with other people, and when you expand, or with the energies of the universe. So when you are expanding that and you are sharing these with other people, the universe will provide so you can share them even more. So definitely keep that as a reminder. When you share your talents, you are giving them, and then the universe will give you more in order so you can share more. The Trader reminds you to be open and honest and act with integrity in your exchanges, because doing something to get something will only lead to challenges. So do something because it is in your heart and not because you want something out of it. And the third card that came up was Prezelli Bluestone. This stone represents the inner compass. It planted healing energies from the land of the ancestors into a sacred healing landscape. This stone accesses the past, present, and future. Dig deep into the past, access your memories, and set yourself free. Examine your deepest intentions and roots. Being true to yourself is the basis of all well-being, spiritual and physical. And the last card that came up was Soulmate. So this is soulmate, also known as the twin flame that it represents. So two crystals side by side, calling a twin flame. This is a compliment to your soul. You yearn to be loved, but this comes from a black hole. Does this come from a black hole within yourself that you need to fill? Black holes can be filled only from the inside, by loving yourself fully and integrating different facets of your being. You don't need anyone else to make you complete. A twin flame complements your wholeness. So those are the cards that I picked for you guys. And then I have some channeled messages to go with that. So I felt like this pile was someone who was very into building a loving community surrounding you, learning people that they are stronger together. I felt like this was a person that is going to be a teacher in teamwork, in helping people work together. You love to see people thrive and accomplish their goals. So a life coach was definitely something that was coming up. Probably also a big lover for animals. You are a very kind-hearted person, and your kindness is your strength, not your weakness, and you know this. So you really act like that. Remember that, and you will always be successful in what you do, because people look up to you because of it. So remember the Trader card. Act in integrity whenever you do an exchange, because otherwise it will only bring back challenges if you do it because you expect something in return. So I feel like the people who pick this pile would be very helpful in communities, in helping communities living more sustainably, helping people who are less privileged than they actually are. So humanitarian work was something that really came to mind in that moment. Also being an example for others and motivating them in believing that anything is possible. Not living in a lack mindset is also something that came up. Working in combination with animals and people and helping them connect with each other. So spreading joy along the way while helping people and animals connect. What came up for me was something like visiting nursing homes with dogs. That is something that would be really fitting for you to do. It doesn't have to be money related. So this could be something that you do on a voluntary basis. And that's where the trader card, of course, again comes in. So as long as you do things because you have your heart in them and you do it because you want to be a support for people and you do it for the right reasons, then everything will be provided for you. So don't worry about that. You will be very successful if you follow the path of helping and serving others. You are a person that does not need recognition of others to be happy, but you will get it anyway because people you work with or connect with will recognize what a magnificent and kind person you are and thank you for it. So you are someone who brings energetic healing to people, even on a subconscious level. So I definitely feel very people related, very lifestyle related. Really want to be reaching out to people, show them what all the possibilities that life has to offer. So I definitely feel like loads of the things that I mentioned are something that you're either going to be already interested in or going to be growing into in the future.
I really love this because like I am getting the energy as you're speaking and then you say what I am getting and I'm like, yes, that's exactly it. So I see this person as someone who is a great leader, but not
Yeah.
like a leader that needs recognition, or I see it as like a leader that would maybe like put together a soup kitchen or some kind of like maybe a village for homeless people to live in or
Yeah.
like that. Like maybe a lot of your purpose isn't related to getting paid but to serving, and there can be an aspect of it that is in getting paid, but I feel like there's a lot in serving that really lights up your soul.
Yeah, and I definitely feel indeed like that lights up their soul. That's why they do it. And that's why it feels so good when they follow that path.
And even if you're not getting paid for it, the universe always pays you in some way. So I feel like this person doesn't, money isn't terribly important to them, that the happiness doesn't come from money for them, that they're more like as long as they have a place to sleep, then they're happy to eat, but they live very simply for the most part. So I feel like, you know, knowing that you will receive from offering your services and helping people, like you will always get some kind of exchange, like the universe will still give to you.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely the kind of person that gives more than they receive, but they will receive it anyway because the people are just so wowed by what they do and how much they do for others that those people who recognize that will definitely bring that back for you. So you will get help out of unexpected corners and you will have those people who will bring you food because you were too busy with helping other people that you forgot to buy yourself some food. So definitely bringing in those energies. Yeah, so definitely a loving community and like having that companionship with each other was definitely something that came through very strong with this pile.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that the one awareness of that the person needs to have is to be open to receiving, because you're so caught
Yeah.
up in serving that you may not always be, and you mentioned lack. So that importance of being open to receive, you know, in the little ways that people bring you food, these people may bring you food and they don't have a lot themselves. You can still receive the food because you are still giving and you still deserve to receive. And to them, the person giving to you, it may be like a big thing that they're giving to you for them and not such a big thing for you, but it is important to them to give it to you. So it's important for you to be able to receive it. Hopefully that makes sense. I can see it all, but I don't know if I'm explaining it well. But
It
yeah.
made sense to me. So
Awesome. So should we move on to pile 3?
yes.
Okay, so I did cards differently for pile 3. The first one that I got is Keeper of Spells, and this is a fire energy. This card is very much about magic, working with energy, like without needing any tools. Like you are, I would say, like you could work in the magical energy as a sorceress or something. And I know these labels may not mean anything to you, and that's fine, but you're able to work with energy with the power that you have from within and helping others with their power and owning their power, standing in their power. So that came up really strong. And then we actually have the sun. So you shining your light into the darkness of others' shadows. So you help others to see. And there's like this really joyful, happy, excited energy that I'm feeling around this. Your positive energy lights up for others and helps them simply by being in your energy. So when you're in your happiness and your joy and your lightness, and you are talking to others, even at the grocery store or, you know, out and about, like you impact people's lives just by being happy. So happiness is coming up really strong for you in this pile, and that importance of being in a place of joy as you live your life. So I had talked about in the purpose video about, you know, joy is a part of our purpose or one of our purposes. This is definitely coming up for you, but it's not the whole picture. It's not the whole thing, because we have 9 of discs, and this is about abundance. This is, you may teach manifesting, you may help others with money, and you could be an investor or a banker, or as we go through this, it comes up that you could be a really great what did I call it? It's in my notes here. It's a business coach. There we go. So money is a really big theme for you in this pile. So you are able to receive. I see you as someone who can receive great amounts of money, but you help others with money as well. So money, a big theme here. We then have the Judgment card, and this is, you are able to really help others. You give others this leg up because that's the next card that came up, but you're able to help others in their energy and stepping into their own abundance. Actually, I want to say that their own abundance, or in handling their finances. So helping them in handling their finances is helping them have a leg up. It is helping them in being able to step into a bigger energy for themselves. I have lots of notes and only 1 card left, so I guess I wrote a lot more afterwards. So the last card that I pulled is King of Swords, and it says maturity. So you're very mature in your power. You're able to speak your mind. You're not a fool. Others can't trick you. You're very much like, you know what is right for you. You're very strong in who you are, and others can't really, like, I don't know, trick you. That's the only word I can think of. I keep seeing a fox. They can't trick you. They can't trick you into investing in something that's a bad investment, because you are very money savvy. Like you are very good with money, and you can use that, your money skills, in helping others with money and understanding money. What I'm also getting from this though is that you could be a good lawyer, because you are very easy to speak your mind, or you speak your mind very well. And so you don't, what did I write? You suffer no fool. Those are the words that they said to me. You suffer no fool. Nobody can come to you and trick you. So once again, that lawyer energy could be really strong for you if you feel that call. I feel like humanitarian efforts may be important to you. People may, well, actually, let me read my notes, because I feel like I'm skipping ahead and I'm gonna repeat it. So you're very strong in your energy. You speak your truth loudly and convincingly. So you help others to see what is real. Others may be intimidated by you. This may be kind of hard for you as you move through life, as you may feel like people don't actually like you, but it's just that they're a bit intimidated by you because you are so strong in your own energy and what you believe in. But you are really talented, and you bring action and change to people's lives. Like you bring action and change to the world. You are a great manifester and work well with money. Your business could be in energy and manifesting. It could be as a business coach, as a banker, an accountant, a lawyer. But I see these different sides to it, because we had the Sun card. So you could be that person that's very happy, joyful, and able to lead from that place. But then as I continued, then I get this more serious person. So there could be 2 sides to you, or one of them may connect more to you than the other, but I see these different sides to you. So maybe your seriousness may be a little bit too much, and maybe this is your sign that you need to be more joyful and happy. You need to put a smile on your face. Don't fake it, but find that happy side of you and bring that forward into the world as well. If that's not you, it doesn't feel good for you, then that's okay. You don't have to be somebody else for other people. I see you as a good speaker and teacher, possibly, and you could teach on the topics that you're passionate about. So anything that you're passionate about is going to change people's lives because your energy is so strong in that. So it's like such a force of power. It creates maps of change in people's lives. Because of your confidence and ability to speak well, lawyer could be an option, like I had said, or helping others through difficult situations. So this could be where you work pro bono or help some people through certain things because you're so good at it. Even if you aren't a lawyer, maybe you seem to have like a really good ability or really strong ability to be able to read like important documents and like very cerebral, like you're very smart. You understand things. Like if I read the paperwork for court or whatever, I'm just like, my eyes kind of glaze over and I stop comprehending what any of it means. You have an ability to understand it, and that could come with money as well. And I'm the same way when it comes to numbers. Numbers kind of just go over my head. You're really good with numbers. You may not have the best bedside manner, like I had mentioned before. You may come across a little abrasive to people in some situations. So maybe not everybody gets you, and you may be accused of being too much for some because you're so passionate about, like, you're that person that you run into somewhere and you strike up a conversation about money or whatever topic it is that you're passionate about, and you can stand there and talk about it for hours and be totally blind to the fact that the person that you're talking to is not understanding anything that you're talking about because you're so passionate about it. You'll just keep talking about it. So it's important to pay attention to if people are actually engaged with you and are liking what you're talking about, and find people to bring into your life that can handle your passion for things that not everybody in the world has a passion for, like money or legal stuff. And I wrote down that you are a mover and a shaker. You make things happen. So as a business coach, I think that you'd be amazing, and you are probably the business coach that I'm looking for to help me get my things streamlined. So you are amazing at this. So, there's a few different options here because this is a pretty general reading, so we can't get too specific, but I can see your energy so much, and I know what an impact that you can make in the world today.
That was amazing. I was so feeling the lawyer aspect. Like I was thinking it, and I was waiting for you to ask, like, Nathalie, do you have anything to add? But then you already said it. So I think that's really powerful, like that lawyer aspect, but still having compassion for others and not being what others expect you to be. So yeah, that was a really powerful reading.
Yeah, and I think it's important to note, just because somebody comes off as a little bit abrasive or they're very cerebral, and we may not connect so much with a cerebral person, like somebody who really is a brainiac, but it doesn't mean that they're not compassionate for people. And I feel like this person is very compassionate for other people. They're just not always, they don't always know how to communicate with people very well.
Yeah, definitely. Are you ready to move on to number 4?
Yes. Ready for number 4.
Yeah, so this is for the ones who picked pile 4, and this is a totally different energy than pile 3, but that's totally fine. So the first card that you guys got was the Lady, and it says enjoy growth and reap rewards. So the lady, known as the Empress in the traditional tarot, is the representation of the goddess in her most fertile form. She is abundant, bountiful, and a creative being. She's closely connected to nature because it is her child. She represents maternal energy and has more than enough love to give for all of those who need nurturing. In a maternal sense, this card represents financial security and comfort. It shows there will be more than enough to go around. So if you're wondering if this is your sole purpose, this card is also representing financial security and comfort in this sole purpose. So the next card that came up for pile 4 is Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. Magic is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. You are the answer, you are the magic, and you have it all within you. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are guided to recognize now. So manifesting is a real gift, and don't downgrade yourself in that way, because you are such a powerful manifester. Then you got Jasper, the dream time. It balances your inner and outer experiences, helping you connect to the powerful being that you are. You have roots that go far back into the past. What you dreamed, you created. Reap rewards and rectify imbalances. Turn failure into a learning experience and try again. This also says a professional challenge is successful. So, definitely for those of you who picked this pile, I'm going to mention some jobs that are related to this. And I want you to remember that it's come up twice now that this will be successful and that you will create financial abundance by doing this soul path, by following it. So then comes this one, Ajoite, compassionate being, brings about profound spiritual revelation, drawing out karmic wounds. This crystal reframes cellular memory and past contracts. What you have been through allows you to appreciate the pain of others' path. But do not absorb their pain. Immersing yourself in the love of the divine automatically leads to health and happiness. So, this really represents that you can do loads of shadow work with other people. You can really see and feel the pain of other people, that but when you connect to the divine, it will automatically bring you back to balance, health, and happiness. So you need to remember that for yourself, that you're not absorbing too much from other people. So for this pile, I also channeled, and it came forward that you are really, your soul purpose is really connected to a metaphysical purpose or business. You are here to remind people of the magic in life, and you are here to heal the planet and are probably big into nature. So it's no surprise to me that this lady came forward. You probably always felt supernatural, like a witch or a warlock when you were younger, like you always knew you saw the world differently than others. You are here to inform and guide people regarding spiritual and metaphysical topics or lifestyles. You are here to build your own community with other like minded and spiritual people, where everyone can be their unique selves and share their gifts with each other. A place where they can learn from others and meet soul family. So this is something that feels really important to you. This feels something that you are already on your way to wanting to build that, or you are already on your way to building that. So this is really the main thing that you want to accomplish, like making a safe place for other people who are like-minded, who you feel connected to, and where they can learn from each other. You are here to be an example for others, to normalize our natural state of being, reminding people of the connection to their true self. A public speaker was something that was coming to mind when I was channeling on this pile. A metaphysical teacher was something that was coming up. Having a spiritual retreat center where you invite others and invite other communities to come learn and co-create with you. Also working with children, teaching them to use their unique abilities and intuition from a young age. Then it is important for you to change how society looks at living. That is also something that came forward. You want to make a difference and show people that there is another way. You want to bring back a balance between humanity and the natural world so that we can learn to live as one with our beautiful planet. There is also a strong shamanic energy within you that you are meant to share with others, and that is drawing in those people who feel very connected to you. So you have a very strong energy. You are really on your way to becoming an example for other people, even though you don't feel like you are. But just by being so true to yourself and doing what you feel in your heart is right, you are attracting these other people to you to be a part of your community.
So ever since you pulled the first card, I kept hearing priestess, 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 priestess. So definitely feeling that priestess energy, the shamanic energy. I feel the priestess energy more, but for some people, they may feel the shamanic energy instead. And that's because, this is a general reading, but that priestess energy, that sacred, that ancient sacredness feels really, really strong for this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely someone who has loads to teach other people and who is very excited to learn from others by just being in their presence and listening to their experiences.
Yeah. And that I'm glad that you mentioned the connection with the earth and living in harmony with the earth, because that feels really, really strong to me as well. And just the sacredness
Yeah.
of everything just feels really, really strong for this. To me, it feels like a very feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be, because it can be a masculine, somebody that identifies as more masculine who comes upon this. Their way of presenting this energy may look a little bit different, but it is still this sacredness, this ancient sacredness feels really, really strong.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you say that, because when I said you always felt like supernatural, like a witch or a warlock, my guides really hammered on putting in warlock. So I definitely feel like it could be both. But yes, very feminine energy, very nurturing energy, connected to Gaia. So definitely trying to shift the perception of how people view the way of living right now, and trying to bring that back into unity with the planet is definitely a big part of this person's purpose.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. I think that is absolutely perfect. Did you have anything to add, or do you think that we're done?
That was it for today. That's all I got.
Okay. Awesome. So thank you so much for joining us for this video. If you liked it, make sure to like the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, all the things. We also have a group called Sorceress Circle on Facebook. You are welcome to join us there. All of the links are below. If you'd like to book a session with both of us or one of us, you can check out those links as well. So we will see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye, guys.